Namaste friends, I hope you are doing fine. How would you feel if you must log into a website and download files from it daily? Let's take an example. This task is performed daily at the same time without fail. There is no excitement or anticipation, just the monotonous routine of logging in, clicking a button, and waiting for a file to download. The only variation is the occasional error message, which is usually resolved by refreshing the page. I am Subhojit, and I welcome you to this game-changing video where I will show you how to automate the daily task of logging into a website and downloading files from it using Power Automate Desktop. Throughout this tutorial, I'll provide clear and concise explanations along with relevant examples to ensure that you fully understand the concepts. I encourage you to follow along and try it yourself, as hands-on experience is the key to mastery. We can download Power Automate Desktop from the website shown over here. If I scroll down, I'll be able to see the download link. Once I click on it, it will start downloading. I will leave this link in the description of this video so that you can go ahead and download the Power Automate Desktop installer. Once you download the installer file, you need to run it and follow the on-screen instructions to install Power Automate Desktop with default settings. Once it is installed, we can launch it from the Start menu shortcut or type Power Automate in the search box. Click on it. And you are taken to the Power Automate Desktop window. Let's get started. This is the Power Automate window. And on the top left, I can see New Flow. I'll click on this. I have to specify a name for the flow. I'll click on Create. So now it shows me all my existing flows plus the new flow, which it says that it will be editing. I'm being taken to the editor window. This is the editor window, and let's get acquainted with it first. On the left hand side, you will see the actions. Based on what you are doing, your list of actions should be grouped under that particular tool. For example, we are now trying to automate the browser. So there is a section called browser automation, and all the actions related to it are displayed under this browser automation section. If I am trying to automate anything related to Excel, all the actions related to Excel are listed below it. If I want to automate a database, I have the options of that as well. Similarly, I have got stuff for email, I have got stuff for Exchange Server, Outlook, message boxes, etc. etc. In the middle of the screen, I can see the main window and any subflows if we are adding them to the main flow. We have the save button, play, stop, and a record button, which is very important. On the right hand side, we have the first tab, which is for variables. I can create variables, I can search for them, and it also shows some system generated variables as well. We will look at system generated variables in some time from now. The second tab is for UI. UI stands for User Interface Elements. We will be using this in our browser automation process. Third comes images. We can capture images and save them over here. So this is about the interface of Power Automate editor window. Before proceeding, let us try to understand the steps that we are trying to automate in this particular flow. This is a site www.data.gov. We have a search box and there is a search button. Over here, I can search for data sets and there are 252597 data sets that are available. I'll search for, say, healthcare and click on search. There are 452 data sets found for healthcare and I would like to click on this particular CSV file to start the download. We will try to replicate this using Power Automate. I'll click on the back button and delete the search term. I'll go back to Power Automate editor and click on record. Once I click on record, it will activate the browser plugin. If you don't have this plugin installed, you can come to the editor window. I'll close this recorder window for the moment so that I gain access to it. I'll click on tools, browser extensions, and you can click and download the extensions for the browser that you're using. For example, if I want to use Microsoft Edge, I'll click on this. It will load the page for Edge add-ons, and over here it's already installed on my computer. Therefore, it is showing me the remove button. In your case, if you have not installed it, it will show you the install button. Click on it, follow the on-screen instructions, and close this browser window. Come back to the editor window again. Click on the recorder. I'll just drag it to the right so that the window on the left is visible to us. I'll click on record. Till now, when I was hovering the mouse over the text box or the search button, it was not giving this red boundary. So here I'll right click and it says waiting for action. Now these are the actions that I can perform on this text box. I can right click, I can populate the text field, hover over element, etc., etc. As of now, I want to populate this text field. I'll click on that option and type healthcare in the search box. Click on add text. In the recorder window, you will find that two steps have been added. First is it will launch the Chrome browser and open the data.gov website. And the second step that it recorded is I typed healthcare in the search box on this particular web page. The next step that I have to do is to click on the search button. I'll right click over here and get all the options that are available to automate the search button. I can hover over it, send right click, perform left click, extract element value, etc., etc. I just want to click on this search button, so I'll click on it. And the third step was to download this CSV file. So this CSV file, I'll right click on it and perform left click on the element. So it started downloading over here. Now these are the steps that I wanted to perform. and the recorder has recorded all of these. So I'll click on done. I'll come back to the editor window. And now you will see that the main section has all these steps listed over here. It says launch new Chrome and then store the instance into a variable called browser. So here is the browser variable. Populate text field on web page. So it's typing healthcare. Click on web page, go to this web page and then click on anchor CSV link of the web page. If I click on UI elements now, I'll get a list of UI elements which it recorded. So this is the search box along with a screenshot of that particular area. This is the search button. And this is the anchor CSV file download link. So now everything is falling into place. Let's test this. I can close this Chrome browser. I'll click on run. And we have got the first error. It says fail to resume control of Chrome. Make sure the given URL is valid. I can go ahead and click on these three dots on any step and I get the edit option. I'll click on edit. So it says attached to running instance, which means Chrome was running in our case and I just recorded it from there, but I don't need it like that. I want this flow to launch a new instance. What is the initial URL? So the initial URL should be www.data.gov, and the window state I'll keep it as maximized so that I can see the output, but you can very well go ahead and keep it minimized once your flow starts working correctly. Now advanced. In advanced option, we have clear cache, clear cookies if we want to do that before loading the page. And we should definitely wait for the page to load. Therefore, this option is on. And the rest of the stuff I don't want to touch. But if a dialog pops up when you are loading this page, you should mention what you want to do over here. Timeout is 60 seconds and the variables produced is browser, which we have already seen under flow variables in the right hand pane. So I'll click on save. So now it says launch Chrome, navigate to www.data.gov and store the instance into browser. I'll click on run again. This time it has launched the Chrome browser and it is loading the page www.data.gov. And now it typed healthcare, clicked on search, and it has downloaded the file to the default location. So these are the actions which I wanted to simulate using the Power Automate desktop flow. Let's try to change the default path of download. I'll go to browser automation. I'll resize this a bit so that I can see all the options. I know that the link CSV should start the downloading of the file. So I'll click and drag this particular step over here. The web browser instance is browser. The UI element is one that we have already captured. So I'll click on this. This is the link which I want the flow to click on. I'll click on select. And here is the place where I can change the destination folder. I'll click on downloads and click on CSV downloads. Okay. And the variable it will produce is downloaded file. I'll click on save. I'll come over here on this step and disable the action. So I'm not clicking on the CSV link anymore, but I'm still going to Chrome, typing the search text, clicking on the search button. Then I navigate to the search results and clicking on the download CSV button. So let's try running this. You will see that already a Chrome instance is open, but this will launch a new Chrome window. So there it is. This is the second instance of Chrome. And it will type healthcare, click on search. It will come to the CSV. And we got our second error. Downloading files with Chrome is not supported. Consider using the automation browser. Okay. So we know about the browsers called Internet Explorer, Firefox, Chrome, Microsoft Edge. Where is this automation browser? Well, automation browser is nothing but a scaled down version of Internet Explorer. So I'll click on this Internet Explorer action, drag it into the flow. Now it asks me select parameters for the launch. And here is the option launch automation browser along with launch new Internet Explorer or attached to running Internet Explorer. So launch automation browser is here. What is the URL? The URL should be www.data.gov. I'll select the window state as maximized. Advanced will remain the same, no changes, but I'll change the variable over here. So I'll click on this X and browser is the variable which I want to use. I'll click on save. I'll disable the Chrome launch new Chrome action. So now it's launch new Internet Explorer with the URL www.data.gov and store the instance into the browser variable which we already have in the flow. We'll type the text healthcare in the search box, click on the search button. It will navigate to the search results and it should download to the custom download folder that is specified in the last step over here. Now what I'll do is I'll run this flow. So the automation browser is open. It typed the search text, clicked on the search button. The search results are displayed and it clicked on the CSV link. There you go. It is typing the path of it's typing the folder path and the file name. Now here it's asking me to replace an existing download. I'll click on yes for the time being, but I would not like anything to be there in this folder while I'm downloading it. So it's downloaded and the flow has stopped and it is ready for the next run. If I want to remove the existing download before downloading a new copy, I'll click on the folder and there is an action called empty folder. I'll drag it and drop it at the start. The folder which I want to empty is downloads and CSV downloads. I'll click on OK. I'll click on save. Great. So now everything is working properly. I just have to add the last step over here, which is close the browser. After downloading, I don't want the browser to be open. So close browser will come at the end of this, and the browser instance which it is supposed to close is the variable that we have from the flow. So I'll click on save. There is the last step. Let's try running this again. So it has emptied the CSV downloads folder. You can see that. So it's empty. So it's downloaded and it should now close the browser window. Here is the file which it downloaded. So this is working great. I will delete the unwanted actions or steps that I have added. I'll select them, click on delete. I can do some more changes over here. For example, I can add a variable to hold the folder path. I'll copy this folder path. Click on this plus icon. Click on input. So here I will name the variable as folder underscore path. Type will be text. The default value will be the path that I just copied. And I will name the external name as folder path. Click on save. So I have declared the first variable, and there are two places where I can use this variable. One is at this step. I'll have to delete the entry which is already there. Click on the X icon and click on folder path, select save. So that entire folder path is now replaced by the variable. I'll come over here and I'll do the same thing on save. Next, I'll add another variable. So the plus sign appears on top now. I'll click over here, click on input. Name this variable as website underscore URL. I'll copy the same and add it over here. It is a text value, www.data.gov. Click on save. I know that I have to use it only in one place, that's here. I'll click on edit. Select this, click on X, website URL, select, save. I'll declare a third variable for the text search underscore text. The same should, I can put it in the external name. This should be a text and the default is healthcare. Save. I'll come to this step, click on edit. Over here, I'll select healthcare, click on the X icon and select search text. Save. So I think I have converted all the stuff into variables. Now with variables, it's very easy to come over here and you can just change it any point in time. So the moment you change the variable, it will be effective in all the steps that you have created over here. So this is a very small flow. If you have a larger flow with a lot of steps in it, then variables will help you make those changes easily. Let's run this once again. That was very neat. Before we proceed, you can help me boost my confidence. Please like the video if you like the video. You can subscribe to the channel to get notified on new content. Share your thoughts in the comments section. Share the video with your friends and colleagues. Thus, we saw that Power Automate Desktop is a powerful automation tool that allows users to create workflows and automate browser-related tasks without the need for coding. The identical actions can be employed to record the username and password text boxes along with the login button on websites. Automating websites with multi-factor login is possible up to the point of entering the password. However, the multi-factor authentication process will require manual input. By harnessing the power of automation, users can save valuable time and focus on more strategic and creative endeavors. I hope this video added another tool to your data analysis toolkit. We will meet again in another exciting video very soon. Stay tuned, bye bye, and take care.